So I'll share my screen. Okay.
Oh, you cannot download this video.
No, that's not down. Otherwise, it would be
Okay.
public if you can download. I was not sure how to make it downloadable.
Yeah, yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
It'll be always there, so it's fine.
Yeah, it would be always there. Okay. So we were here. Is it too early for you?
No, the bed's perfect.
Okay.
No, it's perfect. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. So, in the morning, we learned about when to calculate columns, when to calculate measures, and
Yes.
we also learned about the x functions, right? What are
Yes.
the x function? How does they work?
Yes, we did until variable. Yeah.
Yeah, and the variable part. So there are multiple things for that as well. So I'll first for that I needed multiple tables of model. So I have created one model. I'll share with you. So this is the model that I have taken. And hopefully you are able to see it clearly.
Yes.
Let me show you. I'll try to show it all in a go. Oh God. Okay. So here you see, I'm using one categories table, one brand,
Yes.
stocks, stories, staff, orders, customer, so order items and product. So for today's example, I'll be using these three tables, four tables: brand, product, order items, and order table.
Yes.
So just to show you how they are joined. So if you see here, you see that brand is joined with product by one to many, right?
Yes.
So the direction of filter is from here to here. Like
And the
the
products.
brand ID, if I filter in brand ID, I'll be able to filter this product table,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Similarly, this table, the product table and this order item table. So if I filter anything on this table like brand ID, category, list price, I'll be able to filter this table.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yes, because the direction
Yes.
is like this.
Yes. Right.
Now going to the third one, this is order table. The direction is many to one, it's not one to many. So I if I
But
filter,
the arrow is going upwards, right, Deepa?
so it is many to one, not one to many. I mean to say that it is not filtering this direction, the filter will
Yeah.
work in this direction. Yes,
Right. Right.
I mean to say that if I filter something on or item ID in order item table, I won't be able to filter something which is here in this order table.
Right. Okay.
Yes, because
Yes.
the direction is opposite.
Right.
Okay. Now, if I want something to filter from the brand ID table into the order table, what should I do?
Filter something from the brand ID to the order ID table.
Brand table to the
To
order
the
table.
order ID.
Like suppose I have shipping buckets. These things are there.
Mm-hmm.
Order status, and I want by brand name and filter by order status. How do I get that?
We filter the brand name and then we find out the order status, right?
How do you find that? Because this is
Uh,
the direction is different. There can be two ways. Either you make it bidirectional,
right. Okay.
okay? So then your filter works in both direction. Let it happen.
Right.
Yes, now you will be able to. The other way is using a cross filter. Cross filter direction, or you by using a DAX also you can do that. Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
so let's do that. Okay, so we'll see today how the keep filters and other things work. Okay, so I want to write one calculate function wherein I'm trying to filter uh, filter and I want to get that for order date and order year, what is my maximum order year, what is the total sales. I just want to get that value. So how do I get that? This is simple to apply. Let me first move it. I don't want this right now. When we'll require, we'll do that. Okay. So first of all, I'll leave it. I'll remove it. I just want to calculate sales where
You're
order
writing the
date.
column, right, Deepa?
I'm creating a measure. I'm
Okay.
creating
Okay.
a measure to
Okay.
calculate that to calculate order, which order for the latest year, maximum year, right?
Okay. Yes.
So where order date, order year, you can also write it order year is equal to max of order year. So it is not, it says that the function max has been used in true or false, and that is used in a table filter function. It means that here we want a table. So what I'll do is I'll write a table. Okay, okay. So now I see that it shows me what year, y. So it gives me order year. Okay. So this is wrong. I'll tell you why. Again, um, these are the values of order here. Hmm. Tell you order here separately. Mhm. Okay, first of all, let me tell you, these values, the other tables, the other values, like the brand name is coming from brand table, and the order here which I am taking is from order table. Okay, so why it is giving me all the values, similar values, because it is, because my brand name brand table is not able to filter this order here, right? So for that what I'll do is I'll make it bidirectional. Okay, so now when I make it bidirectional, now I can see my order here. Now you see that you might be feeling like this looks weird. So for that I did it calculated here. So this is my order year 2020, and this value is summing up all the years, which is wrong. We don't want this. So we want year of order date is equal to Let's first close it. Equal to max of year of order date. Okay. Yeah. So now we are getting the max function except one column reference as an argument. The max function only accept a column reference as an argument. Okay. So it wants order year. It will not calculate. Uh, yeah. So now it says that the order of this order year, when this year is maximum, it will give you the value. Okay. So now, uh, so this is one type of calculation where you are trying to filter. Now here, here previously I was not able to get different values. I was getting all the values in uh, all same values in all the row. That is because I was not able to filter. Now let's try to do something else. Like if I want to filter on Electra, I want to get total sales where brand name is Electra. Okay, so let's try to do that. Brand 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 name equal to Electra. Let's see. Okay. Now I'll show you what is happening here to give you a good picture of the values. So you see here, if you see in the first column, hello, hello,
Yes, Deep, I'm here.
yeah. Okay, so if you see in the first column, here you are getting the total sales, and this total sales is ones, tens, 100,000, 10,000, 100,000, 1 million. So it is 1.2 million for this brand Electra, right? And for Harrow it is this. But when you are trying to when you are trying to especially calculate total sales where brand name is Electra, what is happening is you are getting this value into trying to get this value into a table, but it is showing the same number for all the brands. The reason is that this calculate function modifies your filter criteria. What is happening here, that here you are in table condition. If you see the DAX over here, it is showing you that give me the total sales where brand name is Electra, give me the total sales where brand name is Harrow, give me the total sales where brand name is Heller. But your calculate function here modifies your filter and it says that give me sales only when the brand name is Electra, and it is getting applied in all the rows even when the brand name is different, because it is not filtering what you have written here, right? So there are multiple ways to get this value, multiple ways to get this inner filter. We call this filter which is inside the table is called inner filter. So for this we use a function which is in DAX is called keep filter. I'll show you how it looks like on DAX to give you a reference. This is the best practice that whenever you want to learn about some DAX, go to the Microsoft documentation. So it modifies how your filters are applied by evaluating a calculate or calculate table function. For keep filters, you just write keep filters and you write inside, like when I told you that whenever you write calculate or calculate table function, it overrides your all the filters. Whatever you have applied inside this, it will not get applied, it will override accordingly. So that's why it is filtering, it is not giving you the brand Harrow. For Harrow also it is showing the value which is for Electra. So now if you use this keep filters over here, everything will be same. I'll just show you how the what the key filters is. Yeah, change the calculate and calculate table function filtering semantics. Whatever you were filtering, it will change accordingly. Now see how it works. Yeah, see, it is now keep filters is only filtering the brand Electra, and keep filters means it is all also keeping your internal filter. Like it is not giving you sales for Harrow because it has already filters the value which is for Electra. So what keep filters brand name equal to Electra is giving you, it is first giving you a table where brand name is equal to Electra. So when you have a table which where brand name is Electra, there is no Harrow, there is no other brand. So that's why you are not getting other values. So this is one very good way to get only one value, uh, and
Right.
not to get the second way. But however, this works fine. The other one, the earlier one works fine when we are using this function. This would have been worked without the skip filter as well. See, let it happen. Here you are getting all the values same in all the row, but the measure value calculates rightly because measure knows that you are only filtering Electra, right? Here also it knows that you are only filtering Electra, it does not care what is filtering over here, right? But if you are trying to show it in a tabular format, then you have to write it here, keep filters. Now the things are sorted. Okay, so this is nice. The another way to get this value is like this. Another way to get this, sum x filter order items. Now let's first understand. This Electra is in brand table. So that's why first of all the sales value is in order table. So I'm filtering the order item table. Let's see what is in order item table. Okay. So I want to get order ID, item ID, product ID, quantity, list price, discount, sales amount and sales. So these value are here. Okay. So now what I was showing you is filter order item tables. Means it is filtering this order item table where brand ID is this, because here you want to get the sales value, you want to get the sales value from this order item table where brand ID is equal to Electra. For this, you will also go through this way. You will find this product ID as well. But this table is related to this table, which is one to many and then one to many. So whenever this you need to remember that whenever you are going from one to many direction, you will use a related function, and whenever you are trying to get a value from many to one direction, like I am sitting into a product table, I am trying to filter on category ID, and for this category ID I want to get the brand name. Okay, or you see that if for this product ID I want to get the brand name. So in that case, because it is from many to one, I will use related table function. But if I want to, if I am sitting in a brand table and I want to get the product name for this particular brand, or I want to get for this particular brand in what is the order amount or sales amount, so it is one to many. In that case, I will use related function. So first of all, let's go to the Microsoft documentation. So here it is related. So see, returns the related value from the another table. The related function requires a relationship exists between the current table and the table with related information. You specify the column names that contains the data, like you know that from where you are taking the data you want, and the function follows from existing from many to one. See, to fetch the value from the specified column in the related table. Like what I'm saying, that to fetch the value from specified column. So the from specified column is many side, specified column to the related value, and this related value is in one side. If the relationship does not exist, you have to create a relationship. When related function performs a lookup, it examines all the value in the specific regardless of any filter that may have been applied. This you have to be very knowledgeful of it. You have to be mindful of it, that whenever you are applying a related function, it will take all the values, excuse me, it will take all the values which is on many side of the value to the one side of the value regardless of which filter you have applied. In that case, you have to additionally write some filter condition. Okay. The third is the related function needs a row context. So whenever you are writing a related function, you need to write a row context. So whenever I told you that whenever you are wanting to write a related function, a row context function, you need to write something like sumx or filter function, something like that, so that you can calculate row wise. Okay. Now next is, it can only be used in calculated column expression when the current row context is unambiguous. When you know that what is the current row context, when you are specifically filtering on some brand, like here I am specifically filtering on Electra, and the nested function and expression like the table scanning function such as sumx gets the value of the current row. Now here you see the example. We'll also go to our examples. The first approach is to filter the internet sales. Internet sales is your table, one side of the table, in order to create a measure, and that could create an added filter expression. Here in this example, the non-USA internet sales is created to produce a sales report that executed in USA. Now you see that they are trying to filter internet sales USD. This is a table. Now when you are writing a filter function returns a table. So it is returning a table first of all. Filter internet sales where internet sales USD sales territory key is not equal to 1, and the key not equal to 2, and key not equal to 4, and key not equal to 5. So this is returning a table. However, this approach, now you see, now the another way to do is internet sales and related sales territory key is not equal to united sales. This is the multiple sides of the table, the sales territory in the many sides. Or the another way to do is, because I told you that you need to write a row context for it, so you have to first write sumx. Inside the sumx, it always asks for a table, so you will give a table function and then you will write the expression. We already discussed it much earlier, but we'll discuss it now as well. And similar is the related table function. So related table function, it again works on the row context, and it does not support row level security. Why? Because it always works from the many side to one side, and it in that case the row level security does not work. So related table is a function where you are getting suppose USD value from many side of the table to sorry, from one side of the table to the many side of the table. So we'll see how it works. So now here I'm trying to do is first of all break this to understand. Okay. So first of all, when I'm writing a sales Electra, I'll first try to understand what is happening here. See what it gives you. It will return a table. So this now will give you an error. Okay. So let me first try to show you another thing. We'll go to modeling, insert, and what is happening? Mm, yeah. So you see here you are trying to filter the order item table where brand name is only Electra. So this is all order item table, but the brand name is only Electra. You got it?
Yes, Deepa. Yeah.
Yes, because filter function always returns a table, but this is not we want. So we'll remove this. Uh, this is not getting removed. Why? Okay, I'll just remove. Okay. Now, hmm. First of all, we did it till here that it is giving you a filter. So now you have a table from filter function to Electra. Now you have a table where brand name is equal to Electra, and you have already been successful to filter the brand table which is where brand name is equals to Electra. So you have done that. Now it now you are writing an expression where you want to calculate. So what you're doing is you are multiplying quantity by list price minus quantity by items, and you are doing some calculation out of it, and you are calculating the total sales. It's nothing but
It's nothing but
this.
this.
The whole
The whole
calculation is
calculation
just
is
doing
just
a
doing a
total sales.
total sales.
Sales is
Sales
you're
is you're
multiplying
multiplying
quantity
quantity
by list
by
price.
list price.
So it will give
So
you the
it will give
gross
you the
sales
gross sales
minus the
minus the
quantity
quantity
multiplied by the
multiplied
list
by the
price
list
minus
price
into
minus into
discount.
discount.
So this will
So
give you
this will
the
give you the
total sales.
total sales.
So what you are
So
doing
what you
is
are doing is
you are
you
getting
are
a
getting
table
a table
where
where
uh,
uh,
brand name is
brand
equals
name
to
is equals
Electra,
to Electra,
and then you are
and then
trying
you
to
are trying to
calculate this
calculate
order
this order
items.
items.
Okay,
Okay?
from this order
From
item
this
you are
order
trying
item,
to
you are trying to
calculate the sales,
calculate the sales.
and
And
this
this
sumx
sumx
function
function
is
is
it wants
it
that the
wants
first
that
you
the
have to
first you
give the
have to
table
give the
name
table
and then
name
your
and then your
expression.
expression.
So this is your
This is your
expression.
expression.
Is that okay?
Is that okay?
Yes, Deepa, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So same
So
thing you will get it like here. So you can get the same values in different way. So this is keep filter, and this is again an important function. I think I have not added it here, but we'll do that. I'll note it down and I'll add it here. Okay. Now, so we have already understood filter function. Now there is a all function. So what is a all function? So this is all function. All function returns all the rows in a table, all the values in a table, whatever, and it ignores all the filters that you might have applied. That even if I'm applying, it returns. I'm applying something like I've done slicer, or I have taken something values in my inside my table inner filter. So in that case, it removes all the filter from the specified table, uh, and it returns all the values by removing any filter in that context that otherwise might have been applied. It could be anything. Wherever you have applied filter, it will not take in account, it will not take those filter into account. It will just filter, it will just give you all the values. So let's see how it works. So I will try to create a column, um, try to create a table, not a, wherein I'll just give a column, and I want to return, or let's do one thing. I just want to create a sum of sales where I'll use all function, so that it will give me this value 76711 in all the rows. Here we are applying this filter, but it will not take into account that. So here you see I have done that. It is taking all sales where I have trying to divide calculate total sales by all brands. So if you see that, it is first of all what it is doing is it is taking total sales divided by, so let me first tell you, let me first just show you this one. Okay, so do you understand what is this happening? I told
I
you that
told you
you
that
will
you
get
will
this
get
value
this
7671
7
23758 in all the rows. Why this is happening? Though you are applying a filter that the brand name should be Electra, so show me only those percentage where brand name is Electra, or show me only those percentage where brand name is Harrow. But why you are getting all these values? So you are getting all these values because here you have applied all. So what it takes is you are writing first of all sales. So you are writing that you want to calculate. Just give me a minute. I'm applying my charger.
Yes.
Okay, now it's fine. So what you are doing is here. It first of all you are writing an expression. So for expression I have written my sales. Now it applying the filter. So when you are I'm what kind of filter I want to apply. I just want to say that don't apply any filter, write everything. So write all function returns all the rows in a table, all the values in a column, ignoring any filter that might have been applied. So I said that no, don't apply any filter, which is brand name. So I'll take brand name. Don't need to write it two times, so I'll remove it once. Okay. uh, okay, so now what is happening is it is giving me all the values. Yeah. So it is saying that now just wait. It is giving me all brand name for this value, total sales and all brand name. But now what I wanted was, I just said that don't filter anything of this brand table. So it is not filtering anything of this brand table, which is fine. I just wanted this thing that it should give me a value. Now tell me one thing, that if I want to calculate that what is the percentage of sales of Electra out of the total, how would you calculate that? Out of the total sales, what is the sales percentage which happened for the brand Electra? What formula should I apply? Any idea, Manu?
Brand name Electra.
Hmm. So this is my sales value for Electra, and this is my total sales. I want to calculate the value, that what is the percentage of sales. This value is what percentage of this value. What would you do?
Calculate.
Mm-hmm. I mean, what formula you should apply? It's a simple maths.
Calculate total sales, comma Electra brand.
No, 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 no. I just want to say that what formula would you apply for this?
Oh, it's the total by uh, Electra 12,000 sales into 100.
I think, yeah, you're right. You are doing it opposite. You have to do the sales in Electra divided by total multiplied by 100,
100,
right?
yes. Yes.
Like you want to see that 1203 443 divided by 7671 2377. So ideally somewhere in 15.6 percentage is the sales value out of the total one, sorry.
Right.
Yeah. So now if I want to calculate the percentage of sales, so what would I do? I would first
Percentage.
calculate the total sales
Yes, total sales.
divided by total sales. So in that case, if I just write it again, what will happen?
It'll be 1.
Yeah. because this is not for the, this is, this will uh, this is not by the row context, right? It will
Yeah.
take when it will go for, go for in the row Electra, it will take the total sales for Electra, as well as the total sales which is in numerator will also take for the Electra. Then what would you do? Here you want the all sales, yeah. So in
Yes.
that case you will calculate the one that we did earlier, calculate total sales, comma, all brand. Let's see, we have that. Mhm. So it's a table name or column name. I would give the table name. So this is fine. Now I've closed my brackets and I'll give it multiplied by 100. Let's see. Hmm, what we gave the name? Percentage. Okay. So it is giving me 0.01. So first I'll have to convert it into percentage. Hmm. Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
I think the formula is percentage of sales.
Mhm.
Total sales by hour
You're right.
by calculate total order. No, no, total sales by uh,
It's fine now.
yeah,
Yeah. So
yes.
this is this value we were expecting. And now we are getting the 100%. So this is
Right.
what we were expecting. That for the sales for the selected Electra, and how it is happening, right?
Yeah. So Deepa, I have a question. So to get used to those measure, how you write the formulas.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you get more practice? Like from where do you get the guidance from? From the Microsoft page.
So Microsoft has very good number of DAX. So
DAX
it
functions.
says
Yeah.
all the DAX function. But
Okay.
actually, what happens is there are
The
n
more you
numbers.
practice. Yeah.
You'll see here 2,000. I think there are some 200,000 DAX functions, right?
Right.
And
Yeah.
one cannot be expert in all the functions. Even I'm teaching since long, and I think I'm not expert. It's
Yes.
like that whenever I'm using some function, like it's not that, sorry, uh, when I get some scenario, I try to resolve that scenario, and in that
Right.
case I'm using some function that uh, earlier to be honest, the this function, percentage of sale, I was, this is a very small function, and I was not using it.
Right.
Because this scenario never come. What I used to do it earlier is, I'll show you. This is my total sales, and what usually people do is calculate the value as percentage of grand total. So this gives you the value. Okay, but then
Right.
there are different scenarios as well. I'll show you how. Okay.
Okay.
So now you
So now
see,
you see,
this value is
this value
giving me
is giving me
100%,
100%,
but actually
but
it is
actually it is
21.37.
21.37.
Right.
So
So
this happened
this
to me
happened
where
to
I
me
use
where I
this
use this
formula
formula
only
only
when I
when
had
I had
this
this
use case,
use case.
that
That
no, I
no,
want this formula to be like this, that I want the what is the actual percentage for the selected values. So in that case, I started reckoning on what should be done and how it should be applied. Then I was knowing at all function, but I didn't use it because it was not uh, mm, that time I it was not required. But then when I used it, obviously it helped me a lot. So there are functions you will use only when there is a business use case. But yes, I will try to cover the functions which are mostly used in uh, business.
business.
Yeah, yeah, Deepa. And also you have a cheat code. That the something that mostly often used, those codes, the function DAX functions.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay.
So here I'm trying
Here I'm
in
trying
this
in this
presentation, I'm trying
presentation.
to
I'm trying
cover
to
all those
cover all
DAX
those that
Right, right.
which are
which are
mostly used.
Mostly
mostly used.
used, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
So
So
I'll cover
I
one more
cover
DAX
one
today.
more DAX today.
Okay.
We have
We have
some exceeded all except
all except.
function. So table, what is all except? All except is the table over which the context filters are removed. All except table over which the context filters are removed, except the filter on those columns that is specified in the subsequent arguments. Like here you see I have applied one function over here. Here I have written that, okay, uh, I'll just apply it here and to show you all my just trying to create some space. Mhm. Okay. Okay. So here, this was the scenario when I was trying to filter on something else. Let me do it. Yeah. So this is what I wanted to tell you. Now, here what you are seeing is, here you are seeing the branding. I'm trying to get the percentage of sales for the brand Hero, Heller, Pure Cycles, and Strider. And this is giving me the percentage. Now, this is not what I want. Now, I want that, okay, tell me only those percentage out of, tell me the percentage share of, like if I selected four brands, so now they tell me that what is the percentage share of Hero out of the total selection. So if I selected four, it should calculate only those four as 100%, and then it gives me the percentage. So now for that we have all except function, but it all like when you are trying to do a filter on some another column, here the filter is on brand name. Now previously you were, what you were doing is, you were doing on sales thing, you would have said this. Okay, you would have said this, that okay, I'm trying to do a total sales filter and I'm trying to calculate this where I'm trying to filter this. So this is one way of doing it. And another way, that if I'm trying to filter brand hair and I'm trying to calculate, like this is brand ID, you can filter on another columns as well. So in that case, I want to calculate that what is the percentage share of this Hero brand from the uh, selected filters, selected brands I have. In that case, how the all accept works, it tells you that it removes all the context filter. Like, you might have multiple filters over here. You might have multiple filters, like you might have multiple filters, but it will remove all the context filter in the table except the filter that has been specified on the specified column. Okay, let's see here. Okay.
So you have to mention the column to be to be accepted.
Yeah. So let
Okay.
me so here is my brand name and here the total sales is coming. So let's see if we can apply some different table. Product. So this brand ID. Okay, let's take this. I can filter from brand ID to product ID. No, I cannot. In that case, okay, I can use this customer ID. This is, I cannot use this. Product ID. Let me check this. Mhm. Okay, let's try to understand. Here I'll use this brand ID rather than this brand ID, and I'll select these for brand IDs. I'm able to do that, or I'll use product IDs. Okay. So now, uh, let me go to the all accept and write here all accept product table name, comma, product ID. Yeah. So what is happening? You are filtering on the product ID, which is on the another table, and you are able to get this value. You are able to calculate that whatever you have calculated, selected this brand, which is surely incorrect. This have 24 and 75% of the shares. So this is how all accept work. Okay. See. Mhm. Can happen. Okay. So this was all accept function, and now I think we can also understand the values distinct functions. So let's understand how the values function work. So values function always returns the unique number of unique column of the tables which you have selected. So suppose I create a new table here. I have created a new table where I can use a value function. Like suppose let's try to do that. New table. Okay, first understand what value function takes. That would be easier for you to understand. Values. So value function is when our input parameter is in a column name, it returns one column, or if your input parameter table, it returns the table. Like suppose when your input parameter is in a column name, it returns one column table that contains the distinct value from a specified column. It will remove all the duplicate value and it will give you only unique values. Even a blank value can be added. Like blank values is again considered as one unique row. So this is how the value function works. It will always return you one table even if you give one column or something. So let's see. So we mainly use value function to get the distinct distinct rows from a column, or we use when we want to calculate the distinct value from a table. Like suppose I'll go to my order table. Here I say multiple mm, order items. Okay, so for one item id I can have multiple orders. Yeah, or can have one brand item I can have multiple orders or multiple quantities. Now if I just want to calculate that for which brand, what is my I mean how many brands are there, and for each brand how what is the count of rows for each brand, I just want to know that. So for that case we the values functions are used. So in this function here you see you can even write your distinct order here. So what it is giving, so first say here it is what it is giving distinct function. The distinct function also give you the same thing. Let's see here. Distinct return one column table that contains the distinct or unique value of a column or argument. So whenever you are writing a distinct function, it will ask you that on which column or table from where you want the distinct column. Sorry. Yeah. Same, this function will give you the value function will also give you the same thing. When a column name is given, it returns a single column table. See, same thing you got. Is that okay?
Yes, Sipa, yeah.
Yeah. So value function and this distinct function, they work in the same way. It's just the difference is that distinct function works when you also want to avoid any blank columns, and values function works when you want all whatever is in your column you want to see that is there any blank or something like that. So when you want to calculate when you want to count the number of distinct something, use value function, and on top of it you use count rows. So here you see what is happening is it is first getting the uh, all the categories from this table. So this is giving you this value. So let's see first how it is. It is a measure, so it will not show you anything. So first of all, you have to uh, because what account rows take? Account rows always takes a column. Let me show you. Count rows always takes a table, sorry. So count rows always take a table, and the output of values function, not value function, output of values function is always a table. So in that case it was written values. That's why there were value function written. So this is first of all giving you one table, which giving you the where you giving you a table where it is giving you unique records of the category, and then on top of it you want to count the number of rows. I mean, you want to how many unique category are there in this car name table. So using this value function you can calculate that. So how you do that? Since it is a measure, you can use a card function to see that. So there are four mm, distinct car categories are there, right? So this way you can do. You can also use our might be I think you can also use distinct function, and it was car dim category. Ideally it should give you the same numbers, but let's see. Yeah, you see, you got the same one value, one less value. Why? Because the distinct function is removing your blank value. Okay, but
Okay.
your value function was also considering the blank value as one unique row, and that's why you were getting 4 for that.
Right, Deepa. Yeah.
Value function, and then you are giving car dim category. So that's how your so now we have covered value, filter, all distinct related tables. Yeah. So I think in the